But it's kind of like, and that's my God, I know why you sent me here, and God's revealing to me daily there's a purpose. But if I would have stayed back there, if I try to go back to California, I'm depleting my purpose. I'm losing out on my destiny. Yeah. I'm missing out on something. I'm learning also there's a timing and a place for everything. There's a poem that we read that was describing how this person was getting delayed in their day so many times.
Yes. And
they're like, God, why is this happening? I'm late for work because this happened. And then God responded to them and said that I did this, I caused this accident to happen for you to get stuck in traffic because I prevented this from happening to you, or this from happening to you. So the moments that we feel is an inconvenience to us, those are moments where God is trying to keep us from something happening, or keep us and keep us from something. So that's what, and try to protect us. And so that's where even in looking to the Israelites, he was trying to, they were stuck in, man, it was better there, but God was saying, I'm trying to bring you to a place where you can find rest, where you can be at peace. Because in California, I wasn't able to be at rest. I wasn't able to be kept in peace because I was trying to be here, be there. And in many of our lives, like I believe that we've all been in situations, or we may be in now, where we're trying to find that rest. We're so tired. We're so tired, mentally, physically, emotionally, just frustrated, drained. And I find myself at times like that. When I find moments like that, I'm like, God, I got to get to you. Because I got to get to you, because when I start feeling fatigued, tired, and frustrated, I got to go straight to you, because you're the source. If I know you're the living water, I'm dry right now.
Come on, man.
I'm dry. If I'm frustrated, that means I'm dry. So I got to get to where the living water is, and that's Him. So going to where they were caught up in where God brought them from. They were in bondage. And even thinking about, God brings my mind to the bondwoman and the free woman. And I believe that's in, where's that at? Does anyone know where that is? The story of the bondwoman and the free woman. I believe it's in, but pretty much, if anyone can find it, please let me know. But it's pretty much talking about the bondwoman it was talking about Abraham. And how many of us remember the story about Ishmael and Isaac? And Ishmael was the one that was born out of the bondwoman. And Isaac was the one born out of the woman, which was Sarah. He was born out of the free woman. Yep. Notice the words, free woman and bondwoman. Bondwoman, she was bondage. That's bondage. So, and free woman, the promise was brought out of the free woman. So, in light of that, God's trying to get them to the promised land, which is the land full of milk and honey, which is the freedom. That's where they can be free. He's trying to say, look, I have something better for you. Don't stay in the mindset of poverty. Don't stay in the mindset of not being in lack. I'm trying to get you to the land of overflow. Yeah. So I ask God daily, please break my mindset of trying to pay dollars and go. I mean, even though it's okay to definitely use wisdom and discount, but God, break me out of the mindset of always trying to penny pinch. Because God, you called us to be people of wealth. You called us to be people of dominion. As we said, to people of overflow. If we're going to walk in overflow, God, give me a mindset of overflow. So where I'm not going to walk in stores, even though I still got to use wisdom. We still have to use wisdom in stores. And I go crazy.
Extra wisdom over here,
But there's still moments where God, break that mindset of that poverty mindset, God. Because I know I've had it for a while, just like, God, well, I don't have this much, so let me go get this little bit. But God, break it, because we're in a new season.
Break it, Lord. Break it, Lord.
So, as the children of Israel, they had that mindset. So going forward, and talking about the stiff neckness, the neck is the part of the body of an animal or human being that connects the head and the trunk. So if this is so stiff, you can't have no movement. It's just like a person with a cast here. And they can't do nothing too much. It slows down your momentum. So it was slowing down the children of Israel's momentum of getting to their land of flowing milk and honey. Wow. So us getting to our land, of us progressing in overflow, we have to stop being stiff-necked in many areas of our lives. Stop being resistant to what God is trying to do in our lives. God is asking, He's required of us something of all of us to give up, something of us to do something. And many of us are like, it's a form of disobedience. Many of us are like, God, I can't do that. I can't do that because that's going to cause me to give up something that I don't want to give up right now. So you're stiff-necked. God, I can't do that because I don't know. I'm just comfortable. I'm not sure about that. I don't want to take that step because I don't know what's there, because right here feels comfortable, but I don't know what's there. But he said, walk by faith, not by sight. But if you don't do that, then you'll stay stiff-necked. You ain't going to be able to get to the overflow. You ain't going to get to the land of flowing milk and honey. So the people of Israel was considered to be stiff-necked people because they weren't yoked up to God. When you think about a yoke is defined as a frame fitting the neck and shoulders of a person for carrying a pair of buckets or the like, one at each end. And so, when you think of it, does anyone know what a yoke looks like? Oh, I'm sorry, you have a question?
Oh, the bondwoman and the free woman, that's Galatians 4.
Okay, thank you. Galatians 4, Karen will write that down. Galatians 4, verses, what do you know what verse that is? Can everyone say what they know what a yoke looks like?
Yes.
Okay, so can anyone pull up a picture of a yoke? Can anyone look at a picture of a yoke? So the yoke pretty much is it goes on the neck of oxen or bulls. I believe it's bulls too. I think I'm not sure. Oxen, bulls, and it's pretty much steers them in directions of where they need to go. As far as when they're isn't it when they're farming, I believe, or when they're when they're plowing. So and the problem was that the Israelites, their neck were stuck in the wrong yoke, which they allowed to lead them the opposite way where God was calling them to. So if you're yoked up to God, because it takes two. There's two that can be yoked up in a yoke. So there's one here, one here. There's one head here, one head here, and then whichever one goes, that's where the other one goes. But with the children of Israelite, they were yoked up to something else, to their own mindset, to their own thinking, to the point where it was causing them to go like this. Instead of being yoked up with God and going this way, moving forward to the land of flowing milk and honey, they were yoked up to the wrong thing. And is that the picture?
Yeah.
Okay. Does anyone need to see the picture?
Oh, what is that?
Like 3 front rings, like three beams.
The thing that I was talking about.
Well, that's a different yoke, but yeah. So, and God reminded me of in Matthew 11:28-30. Jesus asked us to come to Him and to take His yoke upon us, and to learn from Him. His yoke was His promise to be easy, and His burden is light.
Yes.
And we can find rest for our souls by being yoked up to Him.
Yes.
So the question goes to which I've asked myself many times is what am I yoked up to? If I'm finding myself being tired, frustrated, aggravated, teed off, whatever the case may be, any other emotion than being joyous and finding gladness in something, I have to question myself, what am I yoked up to?